Oh hey YouTube, it's Abby again. Today I'm going to show you how I set up my drum set start to finish using only 5 fingers. So a while back I made a video about how I play the drums with only 5 fingers, and today I thought, hey, why don't I show you how I actually set up my drums, because no, I don't have anybody do it for me. I do it myself. I'm just holding my cymbal like it's my child. This is my newest cymbal and I love it. It's beautiful. It's dark, it's crunchy, it's got some stank. Anyway, starting with the bass drum on the floor, the pedals, everything. I'm gonna show you how I put a cymbal on a stand. And yeah, it takes me a little longer probably than the average person, and most people who are watching this are probably two-handed people or two-handed drummers, but for those of you who might have a limb difference, maybe this will help you. And of course, hopefully it inspires you to maybe start playing an instrument or playing the drums. So I'm gonna get started. Here it is, my setup that I'm going to be working with today. That is Rhythm Art. They don't even make drums anymore. In fact, I don't even think they're in business. But I love it, and it was my beloved first set of drums, and who can let go of that? So I'm gonna start by putting the bass drum pedal on the bass drum. Okay, here we go. I'm going to sit on the floor so that you can see me. What I usually do is I lift up the bass drum onto my knee here so that I can get the little clamp. There's a part here on the pedal that clamps onto the bottom of the rim of this bass drum. So I lift it up, place it in place there. All right, that's good enough. Yes, I have a decorative couch pillow in this bass drum. Sometimes you just use what you have, like what I'm doing with the camera right now. Okay, so this is about where I sit when I set up my drums. So I'm going to show you how I put the hi-hat on the hi-hat stand. Okay, I got both my hi-hats here. The heavier one is always the one that you know is gonna go on the bottom, obviously. So, slip that on like that. This is kind of the trickier part where I have to put the mechanism, the doohickey thing that slides on here and you can tighten and loosen the hi-hats on this. I have to go get it. Okay, this is what I was just talking about. I have to unscrew the bottom part. I'm going to show you up close. And then take the little felts, take one of them off. I'll show you on the cymbal how this works. Got my top hat here. Top hat, I am no English gentleman, but I don't know what else to call it. So I put the top piece in like this, and now I have to, it's kind of a balancing act. Honestly, having one hand is kind of a balancing act, like all the time. Balance and patience, those are like the 2 key things to living life with only 5 fingers. I am currently holding this up and balancing it on my arm. I'm going to put the other felt underneath and then screw this piece back on. Get it right, get it right, get it tight. Oh, stop. No, that's tight, so it's on. So now that I have the piece on that goes through the stand. Ha! Look at that. Now I'm all set with my hi-hat. Putting the snare on is probably the easiest thing about this whole setup, because you just set it on the stand like that. Next, tom mount, which also looks like a big gun in Duke Nukem. If I was a kid, I would be like, oh, yo, we're gonna play some guns in the house now. Okay, back to drums. Now the toms slip on these 2 pieces right here, these 2 little eyeballs. Put it on here like this. Tighten it just high enough to be above the bass drum, because I don't like toms to be super high mounted. I can't reach. 5 fingers. My watch is a jingling. You know, by the way, somebody asked me a few weeks ago, how do you put on a watch? Can you put on your own watch? Well, I got a watch on. Why don't I just show you right now? Slip it on in place like this, and can you see this? I'm not sure, but what I'm gonna do is kind of line up the clasp part. You see, I've gotten the clasp to go underneath the bar, and then, how do I undo it? Teeth, like that. Teeth, you know, God made us with some teeth. Okay, again, back to drums. I got tom number 1 here. I'm gonna put it on the pole here. Tom number 2. Honestly, this mounting hardware is really low tech and I am struggling and my hand is getting so dirty. But, you know, we're doing it. Floor tom time. So I usually do this while I'm sitting on the ground, but for the camera's sake, I'm going to do it standing up. I'm holding on to the tom and I'm gonna let these legs kind of drop into position. Next. This is not easy standing up. You know, I'm doing it live. This is a three-legged creature, the floor tom. 2 hands, 3 legs. We're made for each other. So we only have one more thing to do. I have more cymbals on my other drum set, but I'm gonna just show you how I set up one and then that'll be it. I'll be ready. We got cymbal stand here, which also makes me feel like I'm holding a big rifle. Loosen this, the neck part. Whoa, hell. Did y'all see that? It was ready. And then you can put the boom arm in the hole here and then the cymbal goes on it and it's much easier to adjust than just a straight up and down stand. Okay, last but not least, my Meinl 17-inch dark crash cymbal, which is so dark and dank that I can use it as kind of a ride. Sometimes I ride on this crash and it sounds great. Well, there you have it, guys. My whole setup from the ground up. Well, not my whole setup, but this setup. So yeah, I guess I can just break down now and go, just kidding, I brought my sticks. By the way, if you haven't seen my video about how I play drums with only 5 fingers, check it out. Most people just say, yeah, I'm gonna pick up my sticks and start playing. I say I'm gonna put on my stick and start playing. One arm life. So that's it. That is how I set up my drums with only 5 fingers and play them a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this video, especially if you have a limb difference. I hope that maybe you feel inspired or encouraged to start playing drums on your own. Or if you already play drums, maybe this will have helped you a little bit guidance-wise. I don't know. But either way, thank you so much for watching. I have been really happy to share this one with you. This has been super fun, and I hope that you give it a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe.